Hey folks, here's a quick video to show you how I set up my ZOHD Orbit with the new DJI FPV system. So you can see I have the goggles and the radio and the air unit. So here's the radio. This is the ZOHD Orbit Neon. So let me show you how I did this. So it comes with a couple of different nose cones. This is the one with the hole in the center, and they have like a magnet release. So I just made a little bracket of the 3D printer to mount the camera. I mean, you could do this, there's several different ways you could do that if you don't have a 3D printer, but that's the camera. And then the camera unit, as you can see, the air unit is inside there, tucked in. I had to carve out a little bit of foam out of there. Actually, I might not have even had to do that, but when I was experimenting with how to do this, I did that. And then there were a couple little plastic pieces in here that I cut out, that I just pulled out and made a hole for these antennas to go through. So you can see they're kind of at an angle there, and they go down in. And then that way they're kind of protected. They don't jiggle around. And then that air unit is kind of wedged in there. It's pretty tight, but it's actually the perfect width for the air unit. You can kind of shove it in there, and the friction of it in that gap will hold it in place. So that's how I did that. And then let me show you inside. So I've got a battery in here. This is a special battery that uses 18650s. It's actually a 3-cell 3500. So that's what this battery is about. And then I took out the stabilizer that comes with it because the flight controller, or not a flight controller, but the stabilizer that comes with the ZOHD Orbit does not have S-bus input, which is what you need if you're going to use the DJI receiver. So I used, this is the matek F411 WSE. This is the newest version they have. It's very small. It's like 28 millimeters by 28 millimeters. And you can see it has the USB plug right on the top. So if I need to update the firmware, it actually came with the latest version already flashed on it. And then you just solder on the components. You can see the little yellow wire. I don't know if you can see that. It's right there. That's the S-bus connection. Anyway, and you just pass your power through it. You hook your motor up to it, just like you would any other flight controller. Plug the servos in. One of the things I learned through this process that I haven't seen anybody else talk about is that you actually have to hook up the radio and the air control unit and the goggles to your computer and activate them with the DJI Assistant before you can get S-bus out of the radio into this flight controller. It actually wouldn't work at all until I did that. So make sure that as a first step, you update your firmware and activate them. And then that will save you some time, because I fooled around with this for quite a while before I figured that out. So then you put the spar in. It comes with that. The wings snap on. The propeller threads on. And it's all ready to go. I actually have not flown it yet. I just finished building it. But the point of this was to just show you how the flight controller goes in, the fact that it's all wired up with the DJI system, and ready to fly. So the next step is to take it to the flying field and see how it goes.